Last week we had International Women's Day, while next weekend there's the presidential election in Slovakia. Here, the leading candidate is a woman, thus the potential for one of the V4 countries to have the first female president is higher than ever before. So this week we'll take a closer look at the involvement of women in the politics of the Visegrád countries.
Worldwide nowadays, there is only 5% women presidents and 5% women prime ministers. In Hungary, in national parliaments, there is only 12% of women. In Poland, this is better, 28%, but the average in EU countries is 20%. Nowadays, in European Parliament, there is 63% of male representatives, while women are under 40. Maybe we should think how much they should be or how much we should encourage them to become candidates in the next parliamentary elections for the EU.
Encouraging them, but shouldn't that begin on the domestic level? How involved are women in the domestic politics of the individual member states? What's the situation in Hungary?
Women are very much underrepresented in Hungarian politics. Their ratio in the parliament is around 11%, which is the second lowest in the European Union, just after Malta. The governing party, Fidesz, is a very much male-dominated party, and in the government there is only one woman with a relatively unimportant portfolio.
That's not too much, but is the situation really different, for example, in the Czech Republic?
Actually, in Czech government we have 4 female ministers. It's more than usual, but it's not so much. In parliament we have about 20% of female, but it's less than average in European Union, whereas 30% women in parliaments as average. So the Czech politic system, it's not very friendly for women.
A bit better, but not so much, I guess. So what can be done to encourage more involvement from women in the political arena in the V4 countries?
We should pay more attention to the very scary propaganda that is directed to women in V4 countries. Propaganda that is making them stay home, making them encouraged to stay home, telling them that they are not very important in decision making and politics and is only for men.
So there is the communicational aspect, the propaganda, which discourages women from shaping the future of their countries. But there is the other pillar, the social security system. This encourages them to stay at home with the family without finding some kind of work-life balance. So how does this look like in the Czech Republic?
Czech social system supports women to be a mother, but when the woman is at home, for example, 4 years, which is possible, so after that she is punished at work because she has less salary, and after that, when she goes to retire, she has less pension. So it's not equal.
So the Hungarian government just came up with a grandiose idea to counter the decreasing birth rates, but will it also help with the disproportionate number of women in politics and public life in Hungary?
The government has just submitted a proposal with which they aim to give all kinds of incentives for women who are ready to have 3 or more children. The problem is when they return to the job market, since there are very few companies in Hungary which would offer flexible or part-time job opportunities for these women. So basically it's still the women who stay at home with the kids or who care for the elderly. The engagement of the fathers is not very much promoted by this government. So ultimately I would say this is still a very traditional society.